Life Drawing.
Welcome to Life Drawing with Jon and Jacqueline. Brought to you by Cottonwood. Cottonwood.
Cottonwood Center.
Cottonwood Center.
Brought to you by
Cottonwood Center for the Arts. Cottonwood Center for the Arts. Welcome to Life Drawing with Jon and Jacqueline, a show about navigating the arts, life, and digressing. On today's episode, to be or not to be, a not-so-brief existential discussion between two tube socks. Next up, hey, remember me? It's the arts. It's the end of the world for our attention spans. Art in the Gallery by Doug Mansfield.
Jacqueline, I see you've worn your evening wear for today.
I see you wore pants for the first time.
I did. I thought it would be nice to just kind of look the part, whatever that means.
And not have your upper inner thigh on the camera.
My salvation as far as physicality goes is below, like, my legs. That's the only thing that still looks normal.
What do you mean below your legs?
Not below my legs, down, like the lower part of my whole getup. Like, the rest of it is a mess.
Like you would say your best feature is your legs?
Yeah.
Like what part of your legs, though, exactly, is your best feature?
I'll say probably my calves. And that's it.
Just calves? What do you think Karen would say is your best feature?
My calves.
Are those socks from Jess?
These are, yes, this is from my Secret Santa from Jess 3 years ago or 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And she gave me so many pairs that what I do is I just use one pair until they get holes, and then I throw them out and start on another pair. So I have like 20 pairs left.
But wait, you wear like one pair of socks like all week? Like you just keep one that's like...
No, like one pair of tube socks. So I have most of my socks, they're either black or tube socks.
Either black or tube socks.
And so, like these, I've been wearing for like a month, not every day for a month.
But they're your tube sock option.
Of the moment, which means they get washed. Actually, I shouldn't say I only have one, because sometimes...
Two?
I might go to two, or if I'm traveling, I might even go to three. But basically, I rotate those until they tear. Then I put them in the garbage and take the brand new white ones out, which means you have to make a heel. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
What?
You got the heel part.
Well, when you first start with tube socks, they don't have a heel.
What do you mean? Tube socks don't have a heel?
You know, don't play dumb with me.
No.
Okay, tube socks are like this, right?
Yeah, no, I know what a tube is.
Okay, but they don't have a built-in heel.
Like a classic tube sock?
Does not have its own heel when you start.
It's like a pure tube?
Yeah.
Why?
Why do you think it's called a tube sock?
Because it's tubey.
Well, yeah, but it's also, that's what it is. And then you create your own.
So like molds to your foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which makes sense considering some people have size 5 and some people have size 20.
Yeah, and size shoes are like very specific, but socks are like 4 to 12.
Yeah, there's a little more latitude with socks, but with tube socks, there's complete latitude.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Learn something new every day. I can't see you that well. Can we get the alien and the plant out of there?
No, because I put those there. Because I like them.
Let me just do that.
I did not know that about tube socks. That's crazy. Is this an old thing?
I don't know that every pair of white socks is that way, but real tube socks don't come with a heel when you take them out of the package.
Wow.
They're a tube. Would you like me to give you a pair since I have like 40 at home?
Yeah, but that might be, what if that's your, in like 7 years when you hit your last pair, you'll be like, I wish I had one more.
Well, then you actually just buy more.
Oh. But what if they don't make the timeless tube anymore?
They'll make it.
I feel like I do, like I'm wearing athletic socks. That is one thing we do very much have in common.
What?
Our love of athletic socks.
Yeah.
But this has a heel.
Well, the irony is that they become a style now.
They become a style. The tubeless, the just shapeless tube.
Although the other thing is, like, do you watch, what's that show on Apple about the psychiatrist?
Frasier?
No.
That's a good show, thow.
I forget what it's called.
Except that one guy got really right-wing. Oh, the detective show. Old detective. New detective.
No. There's a show on Shrinking.
Shrinking.
And it's about an office of psychiatrists.
Yes, I like that show.
That's a good show.
That is a good show.
I highly recommend it. But what I noticed is that the look now with these guys is they all wear these kind of leather shoes, and then they wear little tiny striped socks, which is like a look.
Oh, like ankle socks?
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to look like you're not wearing socks?
No, I think they actually, that was a look for a while, but this is different because the sock comes up a little bit. They're very kind of like, they'll be like tiny bands of colors. And that's like
stripes?
a look. If you like
Tiny
stripes.
Stripes.
I couldn't
think of the word stripes.
I couldn't. I have issues
Tiny
with
bands
that.
of colors.
I can't think of certain words, okay?
Like stripes?
Well, no, stripes generally I can think of. But the one, what's the thing called when you cleaned up a room, you swept it?
Yeah.
Then you have to put it into the, what is the plastic thing called?
A trash bag.
No.
Dust pail. Dustpan?
Dustpan.
Dust pail?
Yeah, that's the word I can never come up with.
Dustpan? What if that was a human person going by with really long toenails?
What I'll say about that is I would not be surprised. Yeah, so dustpan. Anyway, that's a look that
Oh, like a fancy sock.
it's like supposed to look like you don't care about your socks, but really what you're saying is it's
I
the
do care.
only thing that you care about as far as your appearance goes. And I'm pretty much the same way. So the only things that are important to me
Are your socks
and shoes,
and your calves.
everything like below the
The
knee.
knee down is...
There's not, because you can't do it much with anything else. Like you wear T-shirts, and I can do whatever I want on the top, but it's not changing anything. But since I've been able to maintain, I've looked exactly the same from my knees down for 50 years. Everything up here has changed.
Have you ever shaved your legs?
No, I've never had to.
Oh. I like how the green on your socks matches the green on the Nike swoosh.
Oh, I think that's just coincidental.
Well, it's still nice. Do they have stripes at the top? They do have stripes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's just the look. I mean, I played high school basketball in 1976.
Would you pull them up?
Well, that's a whole different thing. So there was an era where you pulled your socks up as high as possible.
Okay. Yeah.
So there were dudes that would wear their socks that they've come up almost to their thighs. Like not quite. I'm exaggerating, but
Like
they would put the socks would definitely go above the knees.
That's crazy.
Well, it was kind of fun, but it was a look of the time. And then all of a sudden, I don't remember the
Which
years.
is bad if you're a calf guy, I guess. You're
Well,
covering up
no,
your
but you still got you could still see the musculature underneath. Anyway, then the look was, not long after, to have them down as far as possible.
like what's the word?
Sock?
When it's like ruched. Is ruched a word?
I've never heard that word. I know a lot of words. I've never
Rochade.
heard that one. What is it? What do you think?
Rochambeau.
What do you think ruched means?
Raunchy. Scrunched.
Oh, okay. Is that a real word? Where's your phone? Oh, it's kind of filming us.
Maybe I was just thinking the word scrunched.
Yeah, I don't think ruched is really a thing.
What if, like, you take fabric and you, like, my fabric's straight, now it's ruched.
That's fine. I mean, I get what you're saying. Anyway, that ruched look, if that's a word, is what we went to.
All the way down.
And there's actually been a lot of evolution in regard to the socks. But I can tell you, not knowing anything about this, but from my own instinct, it's because from our knees down, we don't change.
Huh. Do you think it had something to do with short height? Height of the shorts?
Possibly. Because the shorts in those days were kind of like short shorts.
Which you also subscribe to.
Yeah. I don't like shorts that are... Yeah, I like to have like a minimal look with my shorts.
A minimal look with my shorts?
Well...
Like mid-thigh?
Yeah, at least. Like when I put shorts... Now I get shorts and they always like hang below your knee. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But what I tend to do is roll them. And sometimes when I'm in like just kind of a funny mood, I roll them a little bit more every hour of the day.
You ruche
so that
them
by
up?
the end of the day, I'm wearing a Speedo.
Which is always in fashion.
Never out of it.
Never out of fashion.
Right.
I feel like I went through a really long phase where I loved long basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Like, I think when I was like in 8th grade, I wore like a pair of like large basketball shorts to school every day.
Well, do you remember the colors that you chose? Well,
I don't remember. Okay. I don't remember, but I'm kind of short.
You mean that silky kind of short?
Yeah, like the meshy, and it was like 2 layers of kind of like mesh.
Yeah, and then there'd be like a stripe of one color.
And you could like kind of align them when you were bored. And I was short. I guess still I'm short, and so it'd be like to my mid shin.
Yeah, no, I could see that look work. Did you play sports in high school?
Yeah, I did.
What did you play?
I played basketball, and in high school I played basketball and volleyball and track.
Those are the 2 sports with, generally speaking, someone of your stature would not play.
I know. And then when I did track, I threw the shot put, and I ran like the 2 mile.
That I can believe.
But I was just like I never body-wise fit in any of those. Which may be why I can't tell that I'm short.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is, I guess there were people that didn't do those sports because they thought, well, I'm not tall enough for this or not this enough for that. But I think that actually says a lot about perseverance when you're like, no, this is what I want to do.
I feel like, yeah, and I also wish that somebody had told me, like, I feel like I wasn't a terrible basketball player, but I'm like 4'11".
Were you a guard?
Yeah, I was a point guard.
You were not a center?
No.
Okay.
But if there was an all-short
That was for the girl that was 5'2".
Yeah, she was. But if there was an all-short basketball league,
you would have been the winner.
I'd be such a good center. Like, I'm so good. But everyone would have to be. If it was like a 5 feet and under basketball league, I'd be really good.
Are you a lefty?
No, I'm a right.
Oh.
But I do feel like I wasn't terrible, but I feel like I had to try like 10 times harder than everybody else.
Yeah, that's okay.
Which is like fine.
But every team needed those players.
Like at the end of season awards, I'd always get like I'd never get MVP. I'd
Hardest
get like
trying.
Yes,
right.
Which is always like a little bit shameful.
But
it's like most improved.
That's not shameful.
And like you're not good, but you tried really hard.
What I will tell you is, from a coach's standpoint, those are the kids you remember the best. Because they were committed. I mean, look, I coached high school sports for 20 years, and I used to tell my kids that there were times when the thing that the team needed the most was a Band-Aid from the med kit. And that in those moments, you needed the person that identified that and stepped up and did what needed to be done, which I think, by the way, is the case all through life. But I think it was a good lesson for kids to learn that just making the winning shot was great.
It does feel nice.
Yes, but on the other hand, sometimes the more lasting things were the lessons that came from seemingly the less important things. When I grew up, there was no place to play anything because I grew up in a city.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There were like no fields, people were like, oh, didn't you go swimming when you were a kid? I went, no, there was no place to swim. Or did you play baseball when you were a little kid? No, there really weren't fields. There were like schoolyards where we played like stickball.
Yeah, like at school though. Like at recess kind of situation.
But it wasn't like there was a plethora of places to go do all these things. Let's put it this way. If you lived where I lived, you were not playing golf, you were not swimming, and you were certainly not skiing.
It was like when I was young playing tetherball. If you were like small.
Like Napoleon Dynamite?
Kind of, yeah.
Do you know that scene where he's hitting that tetherball?
That was basically my childhood.
Did you forget to buy an anniversary present? I know I did. Welcome to Leaf, the gift shop at Cottonwood Center for the Arts, with a little something for everyone, and working to keep your tariff-related inflation as low as possible. Leaf, where on earth did you find that?
Jacqueline, I think the idea of this is to explore ideas in ways related to the arts and culture, but not necessarily. It can be more tangentially related to people's expression about what's going on in the world, what they decide we need to subversively talk about, what things we need to represent through arts and culture, things like that. I think that will do it really well. And what I'll just say is that we are talking from Cottonwood Center for the Arts, which is located in downtown Colorado Springs. I have been Cottonwood's executive director for 13 years.
Wow. Lucky
And-
13.
Yeah, I'm actually in my 14th, but yeah. So 13
Lucky
years
14.
under my belt. And I will tell you that when I first came here, there were a lot of people who, rightfully so, because Cottonwood was not doing very well when I got here. They said, Colorado Springs is just not a city where you're going to get a lot of public support for the arts. And they're not wrong about that. I mean, Colorado Springs is the second largest city in the state. But on a per capita basis for funding for the arts, we are the 51st in that category, meaning Denver's the biggest city and it's number 1 in funding. Colorado Springs is number
I see what you
2
mean.
and it's 51st in funding. So
Ew.
it basically doesn't exist. So the irony is that for the reasons people said a place like Cottonwood would not work is actually the reason that it did work. Because the people that do care about arts and culture in this community, of which there are many, of course, support places like Cottonwood and other really great arts institutions that we have in the city. So you actually get almost a more fiercely loyal following because of the fact that there's virtually no funding from the outside readily available, certainly not at a city or county level here.
Makes sense.
And they do say things like, oh, we're really interested in the arts, and but in the end, people are not willing to part with their dollars generally for the arts. On the other hand, people that do love the arts are very willing to commit to the places that they really care about, and Cottonwood is thankfully one of them. So that's been kind of the driving force. And then I think that you came into Cottonwood. I remember that you wanted to come in as a studio artist initially, and I'm going to say that was more than 5 years ago.
I think less, but
Well, now you're an employee.
yeah. Now I'm work here. Should I say my name? Should I introduce myself? Claudia says yes.
Well, she's the boss.
Yeah. My name is Jacqueline Viola. Can you edit this to make me sound cool? Sound cool? Sound cool? Sound cool? I'm an artist and writer myself, so I teach a lot of our drawing classes. Teach writing. We have open mic. I host an open mic for the literary arts.
What is when does that happen, and how does that happen?
That's the third Friday of every month. Third Friday of every month. We always have a theme. It's a really wonderful writing community, which I think writing communities are important. Communities, important. But communities for writers, I think, are hard. They're a famously introverted group, maybe I would say.
Well, yeah, that's why they're putting it on paper. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
which
more.
I get.
But not every participant that comes gets in front of a microphone, correct?
No, not everybody.
Right. So those people there because they just enjoy
Yeah.
hearing others or whatever, right?
Which I will say, I'm blown away by I think the talent of our open mic. Like, it's really good. People work really hard at it. Kind of talking about earlier about trying hard. I'm like, trying hard is such a beautiful thing that we've kind of lost a little.
But do you think that
joy
all
in,
writing
but-
is made for it being spoken?
No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe.
I don't necessarily. I'm not the greatest listener. I also have hearing problems, but I do think that some things lend themselves better
Yeah.
to having it read.
Yeah.
And do people when people come to your thing, how much time do they get to read?
7 minutes.
7
7
minutes.
minutes.
Does
So
that, does that seem like the right amount of time? Or
Yeah, it's like a little bit longer than your classic, like, 3-minute kind of open mic thing.
Okay.
But our audience, I think, is like the best listeners I've ever seen in my life. Like, I love to just watch people listen. It's amazing. And I always say at the end, I'm like, it's really like it's like no small thing to sit in a room and like listen fiercely to another person for like a good chunk of time. I mean, it just, I think like no one's on their phone. It blows my mind. No
Well,
one's on their phone.
you know, and
Everyone
just
just sits and listens.
Fundamentally, what those people are doing as listeners is supporting the arts, correct?
Yeah. It's kind of, I love to watch the listening. I'm like, wow.
Right.
And
Okay.
attention is probably our most precious resource, really.
What is getting someone's attention?
Our
Oh, yeah.
attention. Like what I give my attention to, how I give my attention.
Well, we've also, I think that, this is an obvious thing to say, but I think that the difficulty with social media is people flip through because they need those bursts of, what do they call that? Like when you
Dopamine?
get dopamine. And I
sweet
think
dopamine.
that's
I
a
know.
danger because they're just not taking a second,
No.
Anyway, there's a lot more to talk about on this front, but basically these are these are the types of things that we're going to be looking at, talking about. Hopefully we'll have some other people in to join us
Yep.
periodically. But the bottom line is that we live in a really impressive arts community, especially because as far as what the arts organizations are given here, it's virtually nothing. I hate to say that. It doesn't mean people don't care about the arts, but on a formal level, it's not like someone says, you know what, we're going to do $1 million to Cottonwood this year to make sure that they can continue and pursue the arts. That's just not happening here.
Yeah.
And it's not happening at that level, which is not the end of the world. That might change someday. But being what it is, I think what our goal is going to be is to discuss what that looks like for us. And I can only suspect that that's going to be the case in lots of other cities around the country. And I think it'll be meaningful because of that. But I think there's a whole range of topics we'll explore.
Well, I even wonder, there's something it's hard to quantify sometimes the goodness that comes from people being free and able to express themselves creatively when it's not monetized.
When you say goodness, you mean just because they want to put it out there?
Yeah, somebody coming in and writing for the first time since high school, right? And we'll write a silly little fiction story. It's hard to quantify how that act reverberates outwards in ways that can really actually change the world. And I think it does, but I think because it's hard to monetize, right? Somebody who hasn't written anything from high school comes in, writes a story about a two-headed alien, and they read it to a group of their peers, right? Okay, what good did you add? It's hard to trace that line. It happens, right? It's how we build ourselves. It's how
we better hope that interest continues.
Yeah.
If that gets shut down, we're in a lot of trouble. I don't think anything happens unless artists are to some degree involved.
Yeah.
Even pretty buildings that are built
Yeah.
are inspired by artistic ideas. Anything in science is inspired by an artistic idea.
Philosophy too.
And I think we have to make sure that we do our part to make sure people have a place to come and do that. So I think that pretty much covers, at least as far as an introduction goes, what our goals will be for this thing. So if it's all right with our producer/director, I think we're done.
Should we talk about aliens or?
First time I was abducted. I believe in aliens. We are not alone.